jumbo. That gibberish that come out your lips, just mumbo jumbo. That's one eye investigate crimes, you like Columbo. That's one finger waving at artists, I'm like Matumbo. He watched then talk about it later, he buying gumbo. And from what I discovered, when you genuine and they try to love you, I'ma go from I am Thanos to I am humble. This space is no I be in the trap like I am Bumble. Yeah, a whole block, big dead rock, like Barney Rubble. And if have
All right, y'all, we are mixed and wired up today. We are mixing it up with Mixed Texan Report. My name is Regina Connell with West Virginia Wire and
Mixed Texan, yours truly from the great state of Texas.
Ultra Texan, always ultra patriot, ultra American. All right, you guys, thanks for joining us today. We are diving into some hot topics that have been unfolding the past week. So you want to tell them what we're going to be talking about?
We have a couple of things to talk about today. One is you could possibly be jailed here in the state of Texas for political memes. That's a wild story. And then the story about how the media is making a big deal about kids, American citizen kids being deported, like Trump is kicking down doors and snatching kids out of their mother's arms and deporting them. That is not the case. We'll jump into that so you can know the truth.
Sounds fantastic. Yeah, I love the way the media tries to spin things for us. Like we're just not going to look into anything or ask any questions. And that's what they're counting on, you guys. Keep asking questions. That is so important. All right, without further ado, let's jump into this. All right, guys. So we are getting into this clip right here that I was emailed by Mixed Texan. You want to set it up for everybody?
Yeah, this is from Texas Scorecard, which is a very good site if you want to keep up with Texas news, legislation, border, anything like that. Talks about this bill that passed in the House about possibly being jailed for political memes. We'll find out in a second. But this is from Brandon Waltons. He's very good at explaining this, so let's check it out. Let's go feet first.
First as always.
For news, it's April 30th, 2025, and these are your headlines. You can't make this stuff up. The Texas House just approved legislation today by former Speaker Dade Phelan, remember him, that would criminalize the distribution of altered political media, such as memes or audio recordings, unless they contain a government-mandated disclaimer. Despite tweaks in a recently adopted committee substitute, the bill continues to face intense criticism from First Amendment advocates who warn it would chill political speech and satire. Now, originally pitched as a response to AI-generated deepfakes in campaign content, House Bill 366 is significantly broader than that. The current version makes clear it doesn't apply just to AI, but also to any image, audio, or video that, quote, did not occur in reality. A definition that includes basic Photoshop edits and parody. The measure stems from a mailer sent during Phelan's re-election campaign in which an outside group depicted him alongside Nancy Pelosi to draw attention to shared donors. Phelan has said the bill is necessary to combat deceptive political advertising and restore trust in elections. Punishment under the legislation.
All right, before we get into the punishment segment of this, I really just want to take a pause right there. And, they're talking about getting rid of satire altogether. To me, so no more In Living Color, Saturday Night Live and all that. Are they going to have to quit all their stuff because someone might mistake it for an actual ad or something? They're removing people's free will to go investigate something. And we shouldn't just be mindlessly told what's happening in our world. We should be out in our world discovering what's happening. And they're trying to take that from us. That's what I'm hearing anyway. What are you hearing so far?
Well, this kind of reminds me of the story about the guy who posted something, I think it was the 2016 election, and the guy made a meme about Hillary Clinton and went to go vote, and then he got jailed for 7 months or something like that. I don't remember all the details, but this reminds me of that, and it was just a joke. It was satire or whatever it was, and he got jailed for 7 months for it, I believe. So this reminds me of something like that.
They do. Let's continue on, guys. That's why we got brought to West Virginia. I think they need us too to teach people that you don't need the federal government to fund everything for you. You don't need the state to fund everything for you. Let's keep going. All right.
And could result in up to a year in jail, something that State Representative Shelley Luther, who was put in jail in 2020 after opening her salon despite COVID lockdowns, took particular issue with. Now, ultimately, the legislation was approved in a 102-40 vote. It's now being sent over to the Senate, where it will have, let's say, an uphill battle. As all legislation, remember this, is referred and scheduled by Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, who has been vocally opposed to date.
Yeah, like I said, 150 members, and Dade Phelan has been a problem for a long time. He was not speaker anymore, but he got replaced with another rhino who actually, I don't know if he's worse, but he hasn't got anything done really.
Yeah.
It was a backdoor deal. It was a backdoor deal with rhinos and Democrats to get him pushed to the finish line. And there was a portion of House members, about 36 of them, who voted against having him pushed through. So there are some good conservative members down there. But Austin is, what I've been told multiple times, Austin is worse than D.C. The swamp in the Texas House is worse than D.C.
Mm-hmm.
That says a lot.
Mm-hmm. I have relatives in Austin. I don't want to talk about them name because we share a name, and she is no queen. I can tell you that. I had to take the family name back. I did. I certainly did. So sorry about that, Austin. She probably had a hand in making it such a cesspool there. Anyway, let's continue. All right, guys, we are switching gears. I'm popping one on Mixed Texan here since I'm so wired today. So I came across this post this morning, and the poster, Christy, round of applause for this, Dad, and I couldn't agree more. So let's take a watch and let me know your thoughts afterwards.
Okay.
No, why?
Because inappropriate.
It's inappropriate.
This is the moment a very angry father confronted his daughter's school board with nothing but the truth. Have a look at this.
My 8-year-old daughter knows it's inappropriate, and yet y'all sit there silent. If a little boy follows my daughter in that bathroom and touches her, you will have a new weather of dangers. This is ridiculous. You're opening up opportunity for problems to happen. You either create a new bathroom for those who are confused, or you send them to the staff bathroom. I want to prove that you're all hypocrites, because each of you ladies, I want you to invite your husbands. Let's go to the bathroom. And I want them to watch me, watch you use the bathroom, and let's see if they get mad. Let's prove to the public the hypocrites that sit on this board. Because I bet you'll get mad when I watch your wife. Your husband will get mad when I watch you. Your husband would feel the same as I would about my wife. Now stand up and do something. You're so scared of losing federal funding, it's ridiculous.
Wow. Well, that's what a real dad looks like. How is it possible for you to be put in a position of power that physically dictates people's lives, and yet it takes an 8-year-old child to tell you what you're doing wrong? I have a young daughter myself, and I'll tell you now, I'm not scared of cancellation. I completely agree with this guy. If I saw a man follow my daughter into the bathroom, regardless of what his intentions were, there would be a problem. And I don't know any other man that wouldn't react exactly the same. The world has gone completely mad. If you want to put on a dress and call yourself Cindy in your own time, that's completely up to you. I don't care what you do. Just leave the children alone. And I don't care if this loses me followers. If you're one of these people who thinks grown men should be sharing bathrooms and private spaces with little girls, then I don't want sickos like you following me anyway. I don't usually get angry in my videos, but something has got to give. This is nonsense. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe.
What? Stop this madness.
Wow. Crazy stuff. You know, he's not wrong. You should build a bathroom for those who are confused.
But it's for a good reason. You guys do realize that they've been spending decades controlling our media, our schools, and our culture. But honestly, I don't think that's going to happen anymore. We're the new generation that's waking up and rejecting their lies. We know freedom matters more over feelings. We know that the truth isn't subjective. If I'm being honest, they can probably cancel us, threaten us, or even censor us, but they cannot stop a whole generation from fighting for what's right. I'm Fabrizio, and this is Fabrizio's Take, where we stand for truths, not trends. Over here, there's no spins, no fears. Honesty, bro, just the truth. If you're tired of being told to sit down and to stay quiet, why don't you just follow me? Honestly, I think it's our turn to speak up.
All right,
They
guys.
are terrified of young conservatives, but it's for good.
So that's where you can find him, Tony. All right. Tell us what
Smart
you-
young man. Smart young man. I'm glad that he's seeking out the truth on his own. You know, it was for a long time, you know, younger people have been, was that the idea is that, or the, what am I trying to say? They're viewed as naive and that they're just a bunch of lunatic liberals and they just listen to the media, that they're strictly Democrat voters, they're brainwashed. But I don't really think that's the case right now.
That's what
I think
media
a-
would have us believe. I agree with you.
Yeah, if you look at like what Charlie Kirk is doing, all the college campuses he goes to, and you see all the conservatives showing up, you know, trying to take their country back. In that situation, what was that? North Carolina? What college was that when the young guys protected the flag? I don't know if you remember that.
Generation. So let's enjoy this.
When a mob tried to take down the American flag on our campus, we knew we couldn't let that happen. We stood guard, we held it up, and we did not let it fall. It was all about respect, not just for the cloth, but for everything that the flag stands for. Too many people have sacrificed everything for it. The least we can do was keep it flying. And tonight, we are proud to honor our flag again.
So proud of this young man for doing that. I was impressed with it. I mean, they were holding the line. They were like, nobody's going to touch his flag over our dead bodies. Over our dead bodies. That's the approach they took. So very happy to see that. You're seeing that more and more across the country, young men and women standing up for American values. And they're not falling into this leftist propaganda. So yeah, it's very refreshing to see. I think our country is in good hands for the future.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to flash this up on the screen really quickly so you guys can see the actual event that happened. Those of you, some people may not know about it. It was very viral for, I think, maybe a month, and then so much stuff was coming out. But that's what they seek to do, is to keep us distracted. We will not be distracted. We know what we honor. So this is the actual event when it happened. And I'll play it real quick.
Protests against the war in Gaza intensified on campus Tuesday.
So I'm going to mute through it so we can just watch how... Is this the right one?
I don't know.
Yep.
Oh
This
yeah,
is it.
yeah.
This is it. I just love watching this.
The freedom that that flag represents. And who are we if we don't take some water balloons and take some yelling and some chaos to, you know, reap the benefits of what they've sown for American society?
Images of the students' actions flooded social media, leading to the creation of a GoFundMe to benefit fraternities.
All right. That's all I got. I think that's a great note to leave off on. What do you think?
Incredible stuff. I love seeing that. I really do, and I love seeing that. You know, protecting the flag and what it represents is what it's all about. So we're in good hands with those young men.
I couldn't agree more. All right, guys. So this has been another episode of Mixed and Wired. You guys don't forget. Remember, May 14th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday. We are mixing it up again. We are doing episode 2 of the panel You Can't Cancel. We've got some special guests, some other people we have recently collaborated with. So it's an exciting time, you guys. Stay tuned for that. And make sure you check out West Virginia Wire. We're going to be covering the first 100 days of West Virginia elected officials, starting with Governor Patrick Morrisey. All right, you guys, this has been Mixed and Wired, West Virginia Wire channel, and Mixed Texan Report. You can find them on YouTube, the X platform, and Rumble. Give them their closing thoughts, and we'll give us your closing thoughts, and we'll end this. Just go. I'll edit it out later.
It's always a pleasure to do this. I really enjoy it. West Virginia and myself, Mixed Texan, we always bring great content for you guys. It's a good perspective from West Virginia and my state to bring our ideas together, our opinions, our perspectives. This is really fun. So if you can check us out on YouTube, subscribe to her channel, subscribe to mine. We're both on the X platform. Give us a follow, subscribe to us if you like to hear what's going on in my state or what's going on in her state. You can't find two better people to follow.
Thank you for saying that. And you don't have to worry about me blocking you. All right, guys. Catch you on the flip flop.
Yeah, there's nothing common. These others, you hear them rhyming. I hit the earth and spin the block on them like Haley's Common. I'm checking all of their pages. I'm looking up in the comments. There's nothing else to say, and if so, then I forgot it. We represent the school of hard knocks. You still in college. I don't think he rap what he meant. What's in your wallet? I don't think he pop buys. He needs spin.